Thank you very much. This is Business Nigeria with Tolulope Ogunjobi. Nasarawa state business and investment climate has garnered significant attention from both local and foreign investors, drawn by a combination of factors that make Nasarawa a prime destination for economic activities. The state investment climate is characterized by diverse opportunities across sectors, solid minerals infrastructure development attracting the interest of companies for international market penetration. From consistent business-friendly policies to robust government support, Nasarawa State has positioned itself as a leading choice for investment, offering a conducive environment that nurtures entrepreneurship and innovation. Today, I'm talking with the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of Nasarawa Investment and Development Agency, Mr. Ibrahim Abdullahi. Good afternoon, MD. It's good to see you.
Good afternoon. A pleasure to see you again. Good afternoon, everyone.
Yes. I'm going to take it up straight from my discussion the last time with Your Excellency, the governor of your state, the governor of Nasarawa State, Mr. Abdullahi Asule. We talked about the lithium thing and we saw that launch. That was historic, significant. Tell us about this and how this will promote the economic transformation you've been talking about in Nasarawa State.
Thank you very much. What is happening today in Nasarawa is unprecedented and serves as a shining example of what is possible if we have a committed political leadership. As you know, Nasarawa is one of the most mineralized states in the country. We have lithium in abundant commercial quantity all across the belt of the state. But over the years, we've had mining companies doing this exploration and cutting away these natural resources out of the state and out of the country with zero value addition. This doesn't serve our people, this doesn't serve our country, and we're losing jobs to this singular act, and we are also losing revenue. So what is happening is that the government of Nasarawa State, led by His Excellency Engineer Abdullahi Sule, is leading from the front and doing an intensive advocacy and a hand-holding for investors to actually invest in value addition of lithium. When you process this lithium in Nasarawa State, you create jobs for the immediate communities, and you also earn. We also get to earn some revenue for the country. The moment we begin to insist on value addition, you will see that there will be an influx of investors within that value chain. You know what lithium is being used to produce globally around the world. Why aren't companies coming to set up in Nigeria where they have access to this natural resource? That is what the government of Nasarawa State is insisting, and we're very excited that this is yielding results. His Excellency, the governor, has been going around commissioning processing plants that are keen into this vision of his for value addition to be done for these minerals. Over the course of the last 2 weeks, two processing plants for lithium have been commissioned in the state. A smaller one, about 400 metric tons per day, lithium processing plant in Robwa, which happens to be my own village, actually. And the second, first of its kind, 4,000 tons a day lithium processing plant. That's about the largest in the country and first of its kind. It's about $100 million US investment. It was commissioned by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu just last Friday.
Big. A lot of work is going on, and ahead of the investment summit, which this time around is taking at the turn the industrial renaissance. What does this really hold for those that would attend and, of course, prospective investors?
Well, thank you very much. So the Nasarawa Investment Summit 2024 is building on the success of our inaugural summit, which was in 2022. And recall that at our inaugural investment summit, it was like a launching pad for the state to say that this is what Nasarawa state is made of. These are our potentials. We're very aware, and we're sure that the world is aware of the potentials in Nasarawa state. Now, more than ever, we're saying that the state serves as a shining example of what subnationals can do in making sure that Nigeria is not just a consuming country, but a producing country. What are the critical enablers of industrialization? Getting a policy right and political will, and getting the ancillary enabling infrastructure that supports production and the drive for industrialization in the state. Playing a hand-holding role in bringing in investors, both domestic and foreign, into the state. So at the core of the conversation starting on Wednesday at the second Nasarawa Investment Summit is the need to build the critical infrastructure that will power up Nasarawa's industrialization and invariably Nigeria's industrialization, because we're not just in close proximity to the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, we're also a gateway state to many other parts of Nigeria. So this summit is to say that beautiful things are happening in Nasarawa. We have about 4 key factors playing to our advantage, which is the Nasarawa advantage. The first is political will and policy. The second is geography, being at the very center of Nigeria. The third is natural resource, being one of the most mineralized states in the country, also blessed with arable, fertile land for agriculture. And the fourth is our people. Our people are brilliant, are resilient, are hardworking, are innovative, and our diversity also adds up to the richness and strength of our people.
Interesting stuff. We also expect to see investment and, of course, and project showcasing at this event, and a deal room for transactions. Also, a round table for oil and gas and MSME expos. Can you shed more light on this?
Okay, thank you very much. So, typically when you go for events or platforms or conferences all around the world, it's mere talk shops, and people just go have conversations and do networking. So we're going further than this in Nasarawa, because for us, it's not we're not an event organizer. We're not a networking platform, but we're a government that is very serious and very ambitious about the development of its people. That is why we've created deal rooms with pre-screened projects that are investment ready. And these projects cut across different sectors. So if you're an investor or a prospective investor, you can come into the summit and go into the deal room and see 7 different projects at various stages of development that you can key in to partner with the state. We're also providing our land bank services for investors who are interested in doing large-scale commercial agriculture in the state to come and express their interest, and we will take things further. There's going to be project showcase to exhibit the projects that have done really well and are recording and achieving success in the state, so that people will see that businesses are actually moving into the state and are getting tremendous support and invariably impacting in their businesses. On the second day, we're also going to play host to industry leaders within the energy space, that is oil and gas and renewable, to launch the Nasarawa gas utilization master plan. We know that gas is a very critical infrastructure that will power up industrialization. And in partnership with the NMPC and the Gas Aggregation Company of Nigeria, we are launching our own state gas master plan. As you know, Nasarawa State is on the tee of the AKK pipeline, and we're leveraging proximity to this pipeline to bring in more companies, more industries to come into the state to do business. We're also going to have an MSME challenge, not to leave out small businesses from this very ambitious movement happening in our state. So small businesses will compete for money prize. These businesses have to be businesses that operate in Nasarawa State. You will realize that most of these businesses are being spearheaded by young people. So that is also government's response to the innovative ideas of young people. So they will compete for this prize money, and we hope that businesses that are both commercially viable and economically impactful will emerge out of this context. We will obviously unveil and sign up a couple of agreements, expressions of interest from investors. So it's really going to be an exciting next couple of days here in Lafia, in Nasarawa State. And we're grateful to all our partners and investors that continue to express interest in doing business in Nasarawa State.
Sounds really good. So moving forward, now there's been fallout from, like you said, the conference before now. For me, I like to take that very importantly. Most of the promises or what needs to be done by state government to kickstart this investment drive, how well have you also done that? I know you have a document, the Nasarawa Economic Development Strategic Development Strategy, that's NEDS 2019 to 2023. How well are you following through this document and making the state, again, as attractive as it should be for investors?
Thank you very much. We've been following that strategy document religiously. Interestingly, when Governor Abdullahi Sule launched the policy document, the National Economic Development Strategy, it was the first time in the history of the state that a government will announce, launch, and implement a very formidable policy document that speaks to its own aspirations and ambition for realizing economic growth for our people. And so far, the most critical piece in that policy document is the need to embark on a holistic reset and reform of our business environment. We realize that our biggest role as government is to be an enabler, to hold the hands of the private sector and ensure that we unblock all the barriers that continue to impede doing business in our state. We have done this in a very remarkable way. We have improved land administration. We've reformed revenue collection. We've also reformed our fiscal and financial management system. We've reformed our interface with citizens and businesses. All of our business-related MDAs, that is MDAs that offer services to citizens and businesses, have been digitized. So from the click of your keyboard or on your mobile phone, you can apply online to get your business premises permit in Nasarawa State. You can also apply online to get a building approval. You can also begin the process of registering your land title to get a C of O in a matter of 10 business working days once you submit your application. These are usual procedures that can be time consuming and also can be very discouraging for investors. We've realized this in Nasarawa and we're taking it really seriously. We've also gone further to reform even our justice administration system by introducing small claims courts for speedy administration of justice. And we're currently working in partnership with the State Attorney General to introduce an ADR, alternative dispute resolution mechanism, institutionalize it so that people can get quick and speedy dispensation of justice in the state. These are all factors that add to the ease of doing business in any given environment. We're taking it very seriously. When you also talk about the output from the last summit, a couple of businesses have expressed interest in 2022 at the inaugural summit. And today we've seen many of those businesses begin to launch in the state. And this also speaks to the very important hand-holding role that we continue to play as government. I said 2 weeks ago, the governor launched and commissioned a lithium processing plant. Just on Friday, the governor joined the president to commission another lithium processing plant. We commissioned the phase 1 of the Nasarawa Technology Village, the Greenville, first of its kind CNG hub in the North Central is also about to be commissioned, ready to be commissioned sometime next week. So very interesting things are happening. We continue to get expressions of interest for large-scale commercial agriculture in different parts of the state. And these are at various stages of community engagement, payment of compensation, before they move into the lands to begin production. So I would say that we've achieved quite well since the last summit, and we hope to even do more. But what is important to note is that the key fundamentals that will propel any state anywhere in the world to grow its economy, leveraging the private sector and private sector expertise and capital, are adequately being put in place in Nasarawa State. And this has taken us a couple of years since the coming into office of Governor Abdullahi Sule, but we're very glad that it is yielding results. But that's not to say that we will rest on our oars. We'll continue to work. We'll continue to work on improving our business environment every day.
All right, we wish you all the best. The event is for 15th and 16th. That's later this week. All the best, and we'll keep a tab on developments in Nasarawa State. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me.
All right, then. Managing Director there and Chief Executive Officer of the Nasarawa Investment Agency there. Well, let's talk markets now, Mr. Dele Sanusi. We'll go on a break. When we come back, we'll talk to Mr. Dele Sanusi. Don't go away.